Okay, I've recently been doing some damage at the Dollar Tree organization section. This is actually like 2 weeks worth of hauls from various Dollar Trees. As we all know, not every Dollar Tree is created equal, but I've got a bunch of stuff. I've got hopefully an hour to an hour and a half. My youngest just went down for a nap. I've got a coffee over here. We've got my electrolyte water, and we're gonna try to get a ton of my house organized, so let's do this.
Okay, we're starting in my kitchen with some drawers that like have no organization. What's going on here? It's just a lot of nothing. So we're gonna clear out this drawer, and then I'm just gonna give it a quick vacuum. I have this mini vacuum that I got on Amazon, and I keep it in my kitchen, and it's so good for like little cleanups like this. And then I'm going to use these flex trays. I saw this at the Dollar Tree. It's the first time I've ever seen these. And then I saw these literally the same week, the same exact flex trays at Walmart for like double the price. So these are a total Dollar Tree steal. So there's nothing more frustrating than when you go to put a bin into a drawer and it doesn't quite fit. These have a little bit of give to them, so you can actually sort of fit them into the drawers better. So you'll see here I did 2 of the bigger ones, and I wanted to do 2 little ones, and this little one almost didn't fit, but because these had the tiniest bit of give, I was able to get them all to fit in here and really make the most use of this space, which I love. So I went ahead and did this other drawer. This is like random stuff that I use in kids' lunch boxes. I mean, like, this is a mess. This is horrible. So we're gonna clear this out, gonna give it a little vacuum as well, and then I'm gonna use the same flex trays because I was so pleased with how perfectly they fit into the other one to get all of my kids' lunchbox stuff organized. Moving right along, let's talk about the Dollar Tree locker bins. I love these because they're literally such a versatile piece from the Dollar Tree. You can do so much with them. These basket labels are my favorite labels from the Dollar Tree, and they work perfectly on the locker bins. I love that they come with little sheets of paper, so when you want to swap out what the label is, it's super easy. The one other label from the Dollar Tree I do like with the locker bins is these clip-on chalkboard ones. And anyways, I just think these locker bins are great for storing so many things, but I'm gonna share with you a little hack. If you get one of these trays from the party section in the Dollar Tree, one fits perfectly on top of a locker bin, and then you can stack these on top of each other. I wouldn't really suggest doing more than maybe stacking 2 because it would be obnoxious to have to go through them all, but if you have a place where you would like to stack 2, this is such a good hack. All right, guys, I said we were going to organize. I wasn't lying. I have this cabinet. What's happening here? I don't even know. It's just a complete disaster. So we are going to, yes, clear it out. And then I got this $5 tote from Dollar Tree Plus section, which fit in there perfectly. And I'm going to use this to store all of my kids' swim stuff because we are getting into the summer season when having my kids' swim stuff accessible downstairs is just really the best. I tried some helmets in here. I know you're like, why is there a helmet for swim stuff? I was just sort of feeling out what I wanted to put in here. And then I tried a few different baskets. I thought about doing the stacking locker bins, and then I decided just to use one of these plastic bins from the Dollar Tree. These ones are only $1.25. Moving down to underneath where those baskets are, I have a bunch of random little art projects, and I have them stored in these little like locking trays. You get these usually in the school section at the Dollar Tree, and they are one of my absolute favorite Dollar Tree organization finds. They are like the size of a piece of paper, so they're perfect for a lot of art projects. And like I said, they lock closed. They stack really well. They're literally just like the perfect size for all those little activities. So I moved some of my kids' art stuff into those. They're really easy to label, and they're just a really great find for like kid stuff. Then I'm just coming in with some more Dollar Tree locker bins because they really are one of my go-tos from the Dollar Tree. I'm using my favorite clip-on labels and just getting this underneath area organized as well. And so now I've got a much more organized cabinet. I'm not embarrassed when somebody opens this anymore. Okay, next we're moving to the play corner that we have in our sunroom. This is, what a mess. This is a disaster. So we're gonna get some organizing done in here. Okay, a quick break because I wanna tell you about the sponsor for today's video, and I'm really excited because today's sponsor is a brand that I have loved for years and I've talked about for years, and so it's just always really exciting when I get to partner up with those brands, and that is Storyworth. Storyworth is something that I gifted to my dad maybe 3 or 4 Christmases ago, and I have since also gifted it to my mother, and it is such a cool and unique company. So the way that it works is you purchase Storyworth for a loved one, ideally. I mean, you can buy it for yourself, but it makes just a really great gift. And then what happens is Storyworth is going to email the recipient one question every single week. They can respond to the question via email, so it's really easy for them. And then after a year of questions, all of their questions get compiled and put into a bound book. So this is actually the one that my father did. And then on the inside, you have an index of all of the questions. And then all of his answers and all of his stories are in here. You can see you can literally upload pictures to go along with each question. And what's so cool is I bought this because I just thought it'd be a really cool way for my dad to get some of his memories down on paper, especially as a mom now. I realized like there's so much I didn't know about my grandparents and even my great-grandparents that was just sort of lost. And this is such a beautiful way for him to save that and pass it on to his grandchildren. But what was so cool is that as I was proofreading it, there were so many stories and things about my own father that I didn't even know. And it was honestly such a cool experience. And with Mother's Day coming up, I thought this would just make such a good gift for Mother's Day. Honestly, for Mother's Day, we have Father's Day coming up pretty soon. And I do have a link in my description box down below. And if you sign up for a story worth using that link, it'll give you $10 off of your book. Okay, now back to that messy playroom. So the first thing I'm going to do always is just clear out the space, make some room for getting organized. And the first thing I am using is some of these like basic storage bins that you can get from the Dollar Tree. They used to be called the Dollar Tree shoeboxes, I swear. But they are just like the basic little totes, and they come with lids included, which I feel like is a really good find for $1.25. And I'm just organizing some of our smaller pieces and categorizing them. It's just gonna make it easier to get things back to where they go. I'm also using these removable labels from the Dollar Tree. I love these because you can stick them onto things, but then they peel off really easily. So when you do wanna swap this out to be a different label, you can. Now, I wanna show you a comparison of the Dollar Tree shoe bins compared to the Container Store shoe bins. So price-wise, $1.25. Obviously for the Dollar Tree ones, the Container Store ones are only $1.48. Not insanely more expensive. They both have locking lids. I will say I think the Container Store lids lock a little bit better. I feel like they hold on a little bit better, if that makes sense. They both are stackable. They're both essentially the same size. The one thing I prefer about the Container Store ones is I do feel like I enjoy that they don't angle in at the bottom. I just feel like it's better for general storing. And there's just something about them that feels a tiny bit more sturdy. But overall, they're almost identical when it comes to size and to use. So you do save a little bit of money. And if you're somebody who doesn't have a Container Store near you, these Dollar Tree ones are so similar. One of my favorite hidden gems at the Dollar Tree for organization is these dish pans. They're actually designed for like washing dishes or whatever, but they're just really great universal little bins to use to store all sorts of random stuff. So I'm making a bin of just random baby toys to keep in the playroom, because obviously a lot of our toys are for my older kids, but it's nice to have some baby toys available. But I've used these in all sorts of places. I use them in our cabinets to store like bottle stuff for babies, for first aid stuff, for supplements. They're just a really good, versatile hidden find from the Dollar Tree for organizing. One of my best hacks for playrooms is to get yourself a bin and just to label it as miscellaneous pieces, because if you've ever had kids with toys, you know that random pieces, you find them, you're not totally sure where the toy that it goes to is. This just gives you a place to sort of throw all those miscellaneous pieces, and then once a month or whatever, you can get those pieces back to where they go. Also, please enjoy this little green room that we have going in our play corner right now. My son really wanted to grow his own vegetables this year, and I don't know how to grow anything, so I'm very proud that there's like anything green happening here. But like now I just have this new thing that I need to take care of, because I definitely need one more thing to take care of. Moving along to the play kitchen, I got this mop and broom holder that you can get in the cleaning section at the Dollar Tree, and I'm actually going to use this for play mops and brooms. This is one thing that has always been really hard for us to keep organized in our sort of play kitchen corner, and I don't know why finally I was like, why don't I just get a real broom holder to use this? The Dollar Tree one is really great. It holds 2 brooms and it has a hook for hanging, and it's just a self-adhesive, so it sticks on anywhere, or you can choose to attach it with the screws. It has screw holes as well, so you can choose which way you want to hang it. This has been the perfect solution for my kids' toy cleaning stuff. Moving along to storing some smaller things, this is the bin that my kids keep their Tonys in and their Yodo cards in for their Tony box and their Yodo player. And we're also going to talk about dressing these little canvas like boxes that fit into storage cubes. a little bit later in this video because I don't love these. Anyways, I got these little small containers from the Dollar Tree, and they're the perfect solution for just like organizing smaller things inside of larger containers. So I'm organizing my kids' Tonys. I'm doing some by books, and then I'm doing some by characters. And then again, using those removable labels to just label the top of these just will help keep these Tonys much more organized. Now for my kids' Yodo player, that comes with Yodo cards, and I actually had the little like booklet. You can see this little booklet that came with it, but it ripped and it tore really easily as my kids were like ripping through it trying to find the cards they wanted. So I'm using these little zipper pouches. These ones that I have are actually from Amazon. You can get almost identical ones from the Dollar Tree, but I will link the Amazon ones I use below. I have like a variety sizes, and they're really great for storing all sorts of random stuff. This is just a way better solution for storing these cards for small children, again, because I don't have to worry about them ripping through that little pamphlet book. I just love how having some smaller organization inside this larger bin has made it just like more streamlined and a lot more tidy. But now let's talk about these actual storage cubes. If you've ever used like these storage like cube furniture before, you probably have bought these like fabric totes because they're everywhere. But the problem is they're just not that great because they kind of fall apart. They don't hold their form. I have found that the $3 totes that you can get at the Dollar Tree, 2 of them fit perfectly into these storage cubes. Now the storage cube furniture I have is 13-inch. I know some come 11-inch. Mine is the IKEA Kallax, but 2 of these fit perfectly. I was able to separate out my kids' Magnetiles because that's the other thing. When I had an entire storage bin filled with Magnetiles, it was too heavy for my kids to even pull out. So now I have 2 separate bins. My kids can pull one out by themselves, and they can easily pick up the tote and like carry it to where they want to play. So this is such a good Dollar Tree hack for these little storage furniture cubes. Dollar Tree Plus section has these stacking baskets now. So you can buy as many as you want, and they sort of click into each other and you can stack them up. And I decided to stack 3 of these up for my kids' pretend play stuff. We had these down in one of the storage bins, and my kids would never really play with it because it just wasn't super accessible. It wasn't something they could see really easily. And I knew by sort of taking it out and putting it more at their eye level, it would make it so that they would want to play with it more. So I took 3 of the Dollar Tree Plus stacking baskets, or these aren't cubes, I guess they're baskets. And I just moved all of my kids' play stuff into here, their pretend play dress up stuff. They have been playing with this stuff so much more. Literally, at least every few days, they're coming in, they're playing with this stuff, and they had not touched it in months. So just by making it more accessible to them has made them play with it a lot more. While we were talking about kid stuff, one of my favorite finds at the Dollar Tree for organizing like card games, which I feel like always just become a hot mess on their own, are these small little, I don't even know what Dollar Tree calls them. They might call them photo boxes, but they're the perfect size for card games. And I love decanting all of my card games because instead of having a bunch of random boxes, now I can have consistency, especially with kids games. I love decanting kids games, puzzles, card games, because consistency and organization makes it way easier to organize it, as opposed to having different boxes in different shapes and sizes. This just makes it they can all store really easily and really well. Moving right along to my kitchen counters, if you have an area where like it just accumulates stuff, consider a wooden tray. It basically just like compartmentalizes your stuff. So I got this one for $5 at the Dollar Tree Plus section, and just by kind of putting stuff on a tray, somehow it makes it feel more purposeful and a little bit more organized than just sort of throwing it out on the counter. Okay, another little organization trick that I love from the Dollar Tree is to get one of their binders and then get some of their little like pencil cases that clip into binders. And you can use this to store a lot of stuff. So I have done it in the past to store cables, putting different USB cables and different kinds of chargers, and then you can put them all inside of one binder and you flip through them and you have everything you need. I will say at the Dollar Tree, usually you can only get like the 1-inch binders, so it may be worth going to like a Walmart and getting the thicker 2-inch binders, depending on how much you have to store. But another way I've done this is little kid activities. This is great to like keep in your car or to use at restaurants, and then you basically have a binder of kid activities. Okay, how about a little Amazon dupe for you? On Amazon, you can buy these like rings that go over your hangers so that you can hang multiple items vertically, but you can just use the Dollar Tree shower curtain rings. You get like 12 of them for $1.25, and it does literally exactly the same thing. Here's a little storage hack. If you use a command hook to command one of the burner covers, which are metal, to a wall, you can then add magnets to the back of any little Tupperware or container and use this to have like vertical wall storage, which would work really great in a bathroom, office, or kitchen. And that about does it for the organization I'm going to do with this most recent Dollar Tree organization haul. Thanks for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed some of these new and creative ideas on how to organize on a budget.